Okay, welcome to the You've Got an Offer, What's Next webinar. We might just wait another sort of 30 seconds and see, let everyone else join. So we've just kicked off, but there are people just still coming in. So we'll just wait a few more seconds and then we'll get started. Okay, I think the numbers have stabilised. So my name is Justine, and today, along with Jimmy, Ben and Varu, we will be participating in this webinar with you. You would have received an offer and you're wondering what's next, and so you have decided to come along today to get started on the journey. Before we start, we will do an acknowledgement of country. We acknowledge the Pakana Palawa people of Lutruwita, who are the traditional owners upon the land where we live and work. We pay our respects to elders past and present as the knowledge holders and sharers within our community. We honour their strong culture, knowledges as vital to the self-determination, well-being and resilience of their communities. We stand for a future that profoundly respects and acknowledges Aboriginal perspectives, culture, language and history. Moving forward, just a little bit of housekeeping. Part of the webinar, you are more than welcome to ask questions throughout the webinar. You can use the Q&A section. We don't really want to run out of time, but we have allocated time at the end for your questions. So use the Q&A button along the bottom of your screen for this. And there are people like Ben and Varu here today who will answer those questions as we move forward. We'll also have a Q&A session at the end of the webinar where you are more than welcome to ask your questions out loud, or we'll also refer to questions that everyone might be interested in that have been asked in the chat. Today we are going to cover why should you study at the university? University of Tasmania systems, so the systems that you will use as a student, the student portal, which is, I guess, your gateway to everything, orientation, so that happens the week before semester starts, how to accept your offer if you haven't done so already, how to enrol in your units, which are part of your program, planning your semester, so the whole semester is normally 13 weeks, so there's a lot to plan. The student support available to you once you are enrolled as a University of Tasmania student. And then, as I mentioned previously, we'll have a Q&A at the end of the webinar. Why should you study at the University of Tasmania? Well, we do bat way above our average. We're the only university in Tasmania. We have campuses in Hobart, Launceston, Burnie, and at Rozelle in Sydney. We have some of the happiest students nationally. So our student satisfaction is 82% with teaching quality and engagement compared to roughly 80% nationally. We offer our graduates really strong outcomes. So most of our graduates, 82%, seek and obtain full-time employment once they've completed their first degree with us. And that goes up even higher for postgraduate studies. So students doing masters, PhDs have a 96% outcome when seeking employment. Now, just to note, not everybody is looking for a job when they finish their first degree. Some will go on and do postgraduate. Others might choose to have a gap year and travel before they do that. We offer a range of student support. So whether you need help academically with your classes or you need career guidance about where your program can take you, or if you're just looking for someone to talk to about something else that's going on in your life, we have people available to help you. And that applies whether you're an on-campus student or an online student. You can access all our student support either face-to-face or online through Zoom or telephone or even email. We are number one in the world of climate action, and that's something that we're super proud of. We for the last 3 years have been number one in climate action, and that's around the world. So we do really hold our own against universities globally, and students can get involved in that right from the start. So right from your first semester, you can become active in our climate action groups and our sustainability groups, either face-to-face or again online. As I mentioned, #1 in climate action globally for 3 years in a row. #2 overall globally for higher education impact rankings. So we are also a certified carbon neutral organisation. This is something that we are very passionate about as a university. I won't keep reading all of those, but it is a great reason to study with us. We really do take our environment and the global climate and environment very seriously. We're very fortunate in Tasmania to live in an amazing island state that allows us access to our environment, and a lot of our classes will also involve field trips out into the state. We've also invested over $110 million in the last 10 years into our facilities. So on screen, you'll see some of the new facilities that we have, and we are really invested in ensuring that our students are studying in state-of-the-art facilities to go alongside the state-of-the-art education that they're receiving at UTAS. I am going to hand over to James Usher, or as we call him, Jimmy, and he will be speaking to the next slides. So over to you, Jimmy.
Thanks, Justine, and thanks everybody for taking the time today to jump on board the webinar in the middle of the day. It's really good to have you all here and working through these steps that can sometimes feel like the challenges arise before you've even started your study. So hopefully this enables you to feel a little bit more confident with the systems and the processes and the support that you've got access to, so that you can really put your head down into focusing on your study and what that looks like. So from a system point of view, we have 3 main systems that you'll have access to throughout your study journey. One being eStudent. This is a portal we use that is very much for the administration type processes that you'll do along the way. So things like doing your unit enrolment, selecting your majors or electives if your degree has majors and electives. Your government forms and fee forms are all done through there. So if you think of this portal, this tool as very much like your administration support system, it's very much used pre-semester starting to get you all ready and set up for that semester. We also have the student portal, which we'll talk a little bit more about on the next slide, but essentially the student portal is a great page to save as a favorite, so that whenever you log onto the internet, that's the page that comes up. It has a huge amount of information and links on that portal. It's a bit of a student hub. So you can view your student emails, you can view your printer balances, order your ID cards or parking permits. It's a real portal to everything. So we'll look into that a little bit more in the next slide. And then thirdly, we've got Milo, which is My Learning Online. This is your online learning portal. So this is where you'll actually be completing all of your online coursework, as well as contacting different peers that are in your course, contacting your teaching staff and academic leads and things throughout your journey there as well. We often get questions in this space around how do I get to these areas, or what portal does what, or I'm trying to do this in this portal. What I would say, and then what I'd best advise, is our main UTAS website, utas.edu.au, has a login button at the top right-hand corner, and we'll bring this page up here that you can see where it has the 4 options. So as you can see, the 3 options we discussed are all there. Once you log in once, it will remember your single sign on your computer, so you won't have to constantly be logging in when you go to each of these different portals or systems. Student portal, as I said, I'll just go into a little bit more detail for you. So it is your gateway to the University of Tasmania. It has links to your systems. It has all of your support mechanisms, from counselling to our UConnect support staff. It has news and events on campus. It has contact information for security and uni maps, as well as I said, parking permits, ID cards, a huge range of really useful resources for you. It has different study resources for you to access. It does flag reminders and different next steps and things as well as you're going through there. So really, really do encourage you to log on to the student portal and have a familiarisation of that. Save it as a favourite page for you, and so you've got access to that. If you don't have your logins at a first point, you are able to pop into any of the campuses and get those reset or get them provided, or you can come and phone up the 13 UTAS number to get that password reset for you. The student portal is accessible via the website, as I mentioned before, but also via the University of Tasmania mobile app. Orientation. So orientation runs from the week Monday the 14th to Friday the 18th of July across all of our campuses. This is a fantastic opportunity to make sure that you're feeling set up, supported, and ready to go for the start of your course. I've attached a link there, so once again, click on that and save that somewhere so that you've got access to register for orientation. Throughout this process, you create your personal schedule for orientation week. So tailored to the course that you're doing, type of student you are, whether you're online, on campus, whether you're have any specific college or course orientation requirements. The Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of that week are when we operate the college and course orientation specific. The campus activation or O-Day events at Hobart City is the Wednesday. Inverest campus is the Wednesday as well, and Sandy Bay is the Thursday. So across those days, that's a real opportunity to do campus tours, get enrolment help, meet the student support teams, connect with other students and staff, and an online study support workshops, which are held all week as well. It really is a bustling day, and I do recommend coming down and experiencing it. Sort of uni at its best when the campuses are all full of students, and it's a really good atmosphere and a great way to build the excitement to starting the start of your semester the week after. If you haven't already, click on that link and register for your orientation, and you can tailor that for your own specific needs. Taking a little step back from orientation, obviously, is how to first accept your offer. So we often get calls about people that have received the email saying congratulations on your offer, but are a little bit stuck on that step and what's next. So I just wanted to talk to that a little bit. Accepting your offer with university can be done either through the link in the email that you received or via logging into your application portal. So I've attached the link at the top there for you. So that allows you to log in. It will be the password that you set when you first applied for your course. You navigate to the offers tab in that portal, and there you'll be able to respond to your offer. So you'll be able to either accept, defer, or decline, depending on what you wish to do with that offer. Not all courses are deferrable. So if it's not showing defer as an option, it means that that is one of those courses. You can accept multiple offers. So at this point, if you're still a little unsure, and you've got a few different offers for a few different courses, and you're still just really umming and ahhing which way to go, it's my recommendation you can accept both, or up to 5 offers, in fact, you can accept. So accepting multiple offers certainly doesn't make you liable or hold you accountable to that particular course at this stage. You don't sort of start any sort of liability to the course and the fees related to that course until we pass census date. So you've still got a lot of steps to go first in terms of enrolling in different parts of the course and your units and so on, before worrying about being sort of liable to the fees and the academic success of that course. So really do encourage you at this stage, if you're still unsure, accept a few offers so that you've got them in the system and can start to have some conversations to work out which way is the right way to go for you. We often see conditional offers. So on your offer letter itself, halfway down the offer letter, there is a section there that's bolded out that says conditions. Some offers won't have any conditions at all, meaning you can accept that offer and progress through with your enrolment and carry on. Others do have conditions. So we often see things like offer conditional upon providing additional documentation, or it might be offer conditional upon completing or obtaining results from another unit, or some different things like that. So it's just really important that you have a good read of your offer letter. And if there are any conditions on there, reaching out to us to work out how we can tick off those conditions before your semester starts, so that you're not feeling any sort of time restraints as the semester begins. Another thing to note here is once you've accepted your offer, it can take up to 48 hours from when you've accepted it to when that will automatically integrate into our course systems. So once you accept it, you do need to wait that couple of days to receive all of your UTAS logins, your UTAS email, and all of your credentials there to progress through with your enrolment and those next steps. So if you're not getting anywhere after you first accepted, just wait that 48 hours before things will come together for you. Often you might get an offer for a course that you didn't apply for. Now, this sounds really odd, but essentially what that would look like is if you've applied for, say, a bachelor degree and didn't quite meet the entry requirements for that course, we may have a pathway course that we offer as a pass into that bachelor. So rather than just declining you and saying, sorry, you didn't meet the conditions, we're actually providing you a slip back offer to another course that will then essentially set you up on that path to eventually get into the bachelor course that you've originally applied for. So it won't be completely unrelated. It will still be related to the course you've applied for, but it's very much going to be the pathway suggestion. So it will give you some information on the offer letter about that if that's the case. At the very bottom of this slide, there's a link for you to click on. This gives you the step-by-step as well as all of the hyperlinks to be able to go through that process, as well as a few FAQs there for you to have a read through. The next step, once you've accepted your offer, you've waited that 48 hours and you've received your email with all of your login credentials and you're ready to progress, it's now time to enroll. So you can manage your enrolment via eStudent, that first administration tool we talked about earlier. The things to prepare for before heading into your enrolment is that you need to know your course. So finding out your course information via the course and unit handbook. This is essentially just the page on the internet for your specific course. Here is where you see the course structure, how the course is made up, your enrolment planners in the pages, and any other relevant information that are going to help you when going through selecting your units and so on. Before you're able to physically enroll in your units, you do need to complete your fee help form. So if you are applying for a HECS loan, you do the fee help loan first. And in order to be able to successfully complete that, you do need to complete your tax file, have your tax file number with you, as well as a unique student identifier. The links for both of those are in here, and they should only take 5 minutes to apply for those. So they're going to be crucial in terms of filling in that form to be able to enable you to do the next steps. And essentially the fee help form is just a form that says either A, you do want to defer your fees to a loan, or B, you wish to pay them as you go. It's also where you'll have your CSP, which is a Commonwealth supported place applied for. That's essentially where, as a domestic student studying here in Australia, you do get the reduced fees. So it's how you activate that there with the government as well. The last step you need to do is complete all your pre-enrolment tasks under the My Tasks in eStudent. So they will really prompt you as to your next steps before you're able to do that enrolment. We do have a number of enrolment help and information sessions booked in as part of the orientation week and the week prior. And these are live sessions where we'll go through an enrolment. So definitely feel free to register one of those if you're still unsure. You're also welcome to call us at any point on 13UTAS and we'll walk you through your enrolment. Or I'm also about to play a short video which shows you the step-by-step. Now this goes for about 7 minutes. It will show you from where to go what the process looks like. The link for that video is at the bottom of this slide. So once again, feel free to save that somewhere so you've got that to refer back to. Or there is the link at the very bottom of the step-by-step guide, which includes the video in that as well as the 1, 2, 3, 4 steps to follow. So I'll stop talking for a moment and play the video. And it may look a little foreign if you haven't been into some of these systems, but hopefully seeing it through the process once will then empower you when you do go through your own process, as you will have seen the steps unravel. So let me just switch screens.
This video will guide you through enrolling online at the University of Tasmania. But before you begin your enrolment process, there are a few things to prepare. We suggest downloading a copy of the enrolment guide, which you can find at the link below. It goes through each stage, step by step, in more detail to help you troubleshoot any questions you might have. This video will guide you through enrolling online at the University of Tasmania. But before you begin your enrolment process, there are a few things to prepare. We suggest downloading a copy of the enrolment guide, which you can find at the link below. It goes through each stage, step by step, in more detail to help you troubleshoot any questions you might have. Hopefully, you'll have already gone through the course guide so you know what to enrol in, the course details, and what your preferred units of study are. And if you haven't, you should. It'll make enrolling a whole lot easier. To enrol, you'll need your unique student identifier, your uni email address and password, which was emailed to you by the university shortly after you accepted your offer. And you'll need to have completed any pre-enrolment tasks in My Tasks in eStudent. Then it will take you through the 4 key parts of selecting your major. Selecting the units that make up your major, scheduling your study periods, and finalising and managing your enrolment. Now you're ready to get started. To begin, go to the eStudent site directly and click the red button to log in, or through your student portal and click on the red eStudent button. Click on My Study and then the red Manage My Course button under the course units you want to enrol in. Your course units will appear under the heading Current Course Structure. Here you'll build and manage your study plan. You can plan your whole course or just the upcoming year. For the record, we recommend planning your whole course. You'll only be able to enrol in units for the upcoming year. You'll see the same icons throughout the enrolment process. Knowing what each one means will make things much easier. This orange icon means there are things you need to select so you can enrol in your unit. This blue icon means a unit has been added to your study plan, but you're not yet enrolled in your unit. This large green and white icon means this is a compulsory core unit. And this green icon means you've successfully enrolled in your unit. Not every course requires a major. If a major is required for your course, you'll see Choose Your Major here at the top of the list under Current Course Structure. If your course doesn't require a major, you can go straight to the next part, Selecting Your Units. To choose your major, click on the red Select button on the right. A menu will open with the list of the available majors, including how many credit points each major is worth. All courses are made up of units. Each unit has a credit point value. And the grey instruction bar here at the top shows you the number of credit points you need to fill. Choose the major that you want to study and then click on Add to Plan. Review the core unit structure, then click OK to confirm your choice, which will add it to your study plan. And if you need to select a different major, just click on the Cancel button. The Choose Your Major label should now show a green icon and the text Selection Made. This means that your major has been added to your study plan. Now for the details. Next, you need to choose your preferred units under each unit type. Depending on your course, unit types can include electives, discipline electives, and majors. Your study plan will show these orange icons next to the unit types. We want to make them blue icons. To do this, click on the red Select button next to your chosen unit type. This will open a menu of all the available units in that unit type, including how many credit points each unit is worth. If the list of units is long, you can use the search bar below the grey instruction bar at the top. Remember, this also displays the number of credit points you need to fill. Click Add to Plan next to the unit you want to study. A message at the top of the screen lets you know how many points are still required. Keep choosing your units until the Add to Plan button no longer appears. That means you've filled the required number of points for this unit type. Your selected units will show a blue icon, meaning they've been selected, but you're not yet enrolled. You can review your choices by clicking View. This opens a new menu with details about the unit, including location, points, and whether there are any things you need to do before you can undertake this unit. When you are happy with your choices and there are no orange icons next to units for the upcoming year, it's now time to enrol in your chosen units. This is where you'll fill your semester loading by fitting your units into the available study periods. Click Plan and Enrol here in the top left of the screen. A new page will open showing a column of unenrolled or unscheduled unit tiles down the left-hand side. What we want to do is move all units for the upcoming year from this unscheduled column to scheduled study period columns. You'll usually schedule 4 units each semester to make a 100-point loading for the year. Have a look at your course structure in the Course and Unit Handbook if you're not sure which units you need to schedule. Click on the blue Click for Details text on a unit you would like to schedule. On the right of the screen, you'll see information such as requisites, locations, and confirmed study periods. Next, click on the red Schedule button. Click Year and select the year that you want to study this unit, then click Study Period and select when you want to study this unit. Then click OK. The unit will move from the Unscheduled column to a new column organised by study period. Any warnings or error messages will appear here at the top of the screen. So, for example, if the unit you've selected is offered in multiple locations, you'll see this warning message. Or if you can't add a unit to the study period you've selected, you'll see this error message, and you'll need to check the unit details for any requisites and for the confirmed study periods of the unit. You'll need to repeat these steps for your remaining units for the coming year. Now it's time to review your selected units and confirm your enrolment. The aim here is to replace all of these yellow Not Enrolled labels with blue Enrolled labels for all units in the upcoming year. We do this by clicking on the red Enroll button in the top right of one of your newly created study period columns. Review your enrolment summary, and if you're happy to proceed with your enrolment, click Confirm. Or if you want to return to the previous screen and edit your units, click Cancel. If there are still options that you need to make for your chosen units, you'll see this Further Action Required message. So, click on Select Study Combination, then click Select next to your choice, and then click Confirm. Repeat these steps until all units for the coming year have a blue Enrolled label. And finally, click on My Study to return to your study plan. Any orange or blue icons should only be for units that are later in your course that you can't enrol in yet. All the other icons in your study plan should be green. And that's it. You're enrolled to study at the University of Tasmania. More information on how to make changes to your enrolment and removing units from your study plan are detailed in the online enrolment guide. And if you have any questions or need further assistance with your enrolment, just contact us for support.
Fantastic. So hopefully that shows, it might look a little foreign, as I say, if you've not seen any of those systems before, but hopefully that just gives you the tools so that it looks familiar when you do log in now. Once you've done your enrolment, and you've enrolled in all your units for either A, the semester ahead, or for the full year ahead, being that we are going into semester 2, it'll be likely that you'll only be enrolling in your semester 2 units for now, with then following this same process again. From around about October onwards is when you'll be able to do the 2026 enrolment. Once you're enrolled in your units, you'll be able to register for things like your tutorials, laboratory sessions, any workshops, any group sessions, anything like that, via a timetable. So My Timetable is a tab in your student portal. This is where you can, as I say, select any of the allocatable time slots that each unit may have. Some people like to jam as many different selections into as fewer days as possible, so you've got less time on campus, more time away from campus in days. Others like to spread it out so that you might only be on campus for an hour or two each day, spread across the week. It's going to be very different from course to course and from unit to unit. So it's just a matter of tailoring that timetable to the best of your preference, so to speak. Now, please remember with timetables that if you're studying any units within a course online, that there may be no timetable requirements. So generally a timetable is only required to be put together for on-campus requirements. In the link I've got there is a whole heap of study tools and support links. So they're freely available to you throughout your whole study journey. So please feel free to click on that and view that. If not, the link is also in your student portal as well. One last step you'll have to complete is a module that you have in your Milo, the My Learning Online, which is called Academic Integrity. This is required for all students studying all courses. So making sure you log in at some point to complete that, which will be listed in your My Tasks section we looked at before. The timetable release date for semester 2 units is the 12th of June. So even if you're enrolling now, you won't be able to allocate your timetables and make those selections we just discussed until this date, the 12th of June. Once that date ticks around, and you will receive emails about it and reminders, you'll be able to access your timetable from the student portal via the red timetable tab here. As a student of UTAS, you do have a huge amount of support from learning advisors, student advisors, accessibility advisors for health conditions, learning and research librarians, personal counsellors, a whole heap of high-level support for you there. But your main hub for that support is our UConnect team. Our UConnect team have desks in Newnham campus, Inverest campus, the Rozelle campus in Launceston, in Sydney, sorry, the Hobart Sandy Bay campus, the City Hub in Hobart as well. You can contact us on 13UTAS at 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, or email through any questions that you have. And we really are here to help with enrolment, timetables, questions about your fees, exams, results, anything throughout your whole student journey. We're here to support you through. So please feel free to pop into any of the desks or call or email us, and we'll get back to you very quickly. Or we're also able to book the appointments with those higher level advisors as well. So if you are needing that, once again, come and chat to us and we can talk you through booking those appointments, which you are able to book yourself as well. So we can show you how to do that, or we can book them on your behalf. At this point, I'll hand back over to Justine just to wrap up and to see if there's any questions that you guys haven't had answered. Thank you.
Thanks, Jimmy. That was really informative. Thank you. I haven't noticed any questions popping up in the chat. So if you would like to ask your questions verbally, please let us know and we can give you access to do so. Otherwise, if you wanted to pop your questions in the chat, please feel free. There are no silly questions when it comes to study. So now's your chance to ask them. So I'll give you a few seconds to update and let us know if you have any questions. Maybe we've done such a great job at covering everything. We've answered all your questions, which is what we hope to do with webinars. So maybe we have succeeded today. It doesn't appear that we have any questions. So, oh, hold on. No, maybe we do. Maybe I jumped ahead too quickly. I have. So we have one from Nikash. I'm hoping I said your name correctly. Confirming if this is for accepting an enrolment for semester 2. I'm struggling to select a course as I've been on a working holiday and slated. Oh, okay. So this is about how to accept your offer for semester 2. So my understanding is that offers for semester 1 will not go out for semester 1 2026, haven't been released yet. So if you are looking at a course, you can certainly make an appointment to have a one-on-one appointment either over Zoom, the phone, or face-to-face, and we'll pop that booking link into the chat so that you can actually pick a time that works for you.
Also, all 2026 course applications will be opening on the 28th of June. The 28th of June, next year's application is open, so you can then submit both semester 1 and semester 2 applications. I can jump to question 2 for you, Susie, if you like. That access for the video, absolutely. If you Google how to enroll UTAS, there's a page that comes up. And that's got the link in the video there. So it's accessible there. It's also accessible when you log into your eStudent. That video pops up again. So it is throughout the website. But if you're just struggling to find it, feel free to call the 13UTAS number and we'll happily email a link through to you as well.
Okay, I'm happy to go for Jocelyn's question there about scholarships. So scholarships will actually, you do not need to have applied for a scholarship when you accept your offer. It is really good to apply for scholarships as soon as you apply to university. It does help narrow your scholarship options if you have already received your offer, but you don't need to have necessarily accepted it when you apply. Okay, so Sarah, your question is quite specific. We might, oh, actually someone looks like, someone's already answered that, so that's very helpful. I think we have answered everything. So we'll just leave that open for another minute or so to see if there's any more questions. That video is now being uploaded into the chat, so you'll be able to access that. This recording will also be emailed to you over the next week or so. Semester 2 actually begins orientation. I should know this off the top of my head. Jimmy, do you know the actual dates off the top of your head when semester 2 starts? I think it's
Sorry, just looking for unmuting there. Yes, so semester 1 orientation runs from the, where are we? From the 13th to the 18th of July, which is the Monday to Friday, sorry, 14th to the 18th of July. Day 1 of semester is Monday, the 21st of July. So we do find that throughout that first week, there's a lot of sort of activation things. There's a lot of, information sharing as well. So week 1 tends to be pretty light on, but that is the official day 1 of semester. What we also find is studying online, that your unit outlines and a lot of that introduction from the teaching staff and your coordinators, that will come out usually a week or so before the start of semester. So you'll have access to some of that information. It's actually physically your content becomes available to you on that first day.
Thank you. And we'll also put the link on how to book an appointment into the chat. And it looks like the link hasn't gone through. That was my mistake. So I'll do that again. And that way, if you do want to book one-on-one appointments, either online or face-to-face, you can choose a time that works for you. Sorry, I will just grab the correct link. Pop that in. Okay. So that's now in the chat as well. So for people that do want to have one-on-one appointments, that is an option as well. Just looking to make sure we have answered all the questions. Okay, so we've now shared the one-on-one link. I'm just waiting to see. I think that someone is responding to the question around Nikesh's question. So I'll let them send that to you privately. So it looks like, so if you are unable to call the 13 number, you can set up a Zoom booking. So that link that has the one-on-one bookings, you can set up an online booking so you don't have to call that number directly. So those online bookings are through Zoom, so that may assist as well. Okay, sounds like or looks like we are at the end of our webinar. We don't seem to have any further questions. So thank you all for attending. Thank you to the hosts, Jimmy, and for our chat support in Ben and Varu. And we hope you all have a really good day and keep an eye out for the recording coming through. And if you do have any questions, please follow up. Thank you very much.